besties, welcome back to my channel. Today is another powerful tutorial where I'm going to be showing you how to use Google Docs and Google Spreadsheets the right way as a virtual assistant. You might know the tools, but if you don't know how to use it the right way as a virtual assistant, then what's the point? Because these two tools are part of Google Workspace and they are some of the most important tools you must learn because you use them every single day in your virtual assistant career, from drafting documents, organizing data for clients. You cannot avoid them. And I'll be sharing my screen and breaking everything down step by step. So even if you are just starting out, you understand how to use them like a pro. You guys know how we do it here. So by the end of this tutorial, you will see that Google Docs and Google Sheets are not just any tools you learn once and forget, because they are skills that makes clients trust you more, because they show these tools will show that you're organized, you're professional, and can handle their work with ease. And if you find this video helpful, don't forget to do what? To like, to comment, to share, so that other virtual assistants can also learn. And without wasting much of our time, darling, you know how we do it here. Let's dive right into the tutorial. So we're going to start with the most simplest one, which is Google Docs. I'm going to be showing you how I use it and how beginners can use it. So you come to these three dots, we call it Google Apps, and you're going to choose the Docs. So it's still the same thing as Microsoft Word. If you not use Microsoft Word, then using Google Docs should be very, very easier for you. So you click on Google Docs, and you're going to see some templates. Let's allow it loads. Then this is the template for CV. Can you see resume, resume? If you want to use a template for your CV, you can use this. If you want to, if you want a template for letters, we have several templates gallery that you can explore. We have resume, business letter. If you just want something like, something very quick, you want to take minutes of the meeting, newsletters. Yes, some people design their newsletters using this template as well, so you can use that. But that's not why we are here, but we just need to branch this place. We are going to be working with a blank document. And the very first thing we want to do the moment we get to this page is to title our document. Follow my mouse, oh, follow my mouse. You're going to see this untitled document, and we're going to title it. So for the sake of this class, let's name it YouTube tutorial. That's very important, the naming. Ensure that you name it. Now, how do we use Google Docs, or when do you use it? Basically, I use Google Docs when I need to summarize things or make research. That is when I use, or when virtual assistants use Google Docs. Let's assume you want to, maybe they ask you to make research about a particular country, or let me see, or maybe you want to even take minutes of the meeting, you're just looking for somewhere to write something. But mostly when it comes to making research that you need to explain, let's assume someone give you a task to search for a particular company. Like, I want you to make research about this company. What do they do? What is their policy? Things like that. You can make research and put everything here. So, for the sake of this class, let's assume that we want to make research about Nigeria. I can just come here and type Nigeria. I'll just come here and type Nigeria. If I want to zoom this in, like I want to see it very well, I'll just come to this. You see this 100%, that is the zoom. Then you can bold it to 150 so that it can zoom in, or you can use your mouse. So let's just use the zoom. Let's use 200. So it can be like very, very big. So I'm going to highlight this and I'm going to put it in the middle. If you want to put it in the middle, you come to this align and indent, then you put it in the middle. You can increase the size here if you want it to be big. If you want to underline it, you come here. Can you see the U? You click on it. If you don't want to underline it again, you come here, you highlight it and you click on the U again. If you want to change the color, you come to the text color, you can change color, you can go back and change the color again. Also, if you want to use background, you come to this background, highlight color, so you can give it like a background. I'm just teaching you like some basic things for people that don't really know how to navigate through all these things. Basically, that is how I'm doing this. I'm going to delete this one. So now, let's say Nigeria. Yes, let's just use Nigeria. Let's assume we've made research about Nigeria. Can you see that this thing is still big when I'm typing? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight, or I can delete this and come to this size and come back to 11 so that it can be small. Then I can start, you know, making research about Nigeria, paste it here. And can you see this tab here? Or can let's just even go online and search for Nigeria just to make this class, so you can understand it. Let me just copy this. Let's assume this is the research about Nigeria. Let me just copy, and I'm just going to paste it here. Can you see? Then I can start like type in whatever I want to type and everything. So basically, if you are using Google Docs, it is just to summarize things, when you want to summarize things, when you want to explain something, more of explanation. Then one thing I love about these Google Docs is that I can talk about Nigeria here, and another time I'm talking about another thing using the same page. So for example, now can you see this is tab one? I can rename this tab and name it Nigeria. It's already named itself, so let me just leave it Nigeria. Then I can click on this plus tab. I'll click on plus to create another page inside the same thing. Oh, can you see? If I come to this Nigeria, I'll have the Nigeria information there. And if I come to tab 2, can you see that it is empty? Nothing is there. I can have this. Let's say I want to make research about one Ghanaian company like that. So, so I'm just going to come here. I can do whatever I want to do and name this Ghana. Whatever information, I just want you to know that in a situation whereby you're working with clients, one client, you don't need to start creating like a new document every now and then. You can just use one document and you know just use these pages like that. So we have several pages. Unlike the normal Microsoft Word, like you need to click on Control N or you need to go and create another document. But there are some instances whereby you might need to create another document just to make your work very neat. But in a situation whereby you know that the research you want to make is just like one page and all that, you can create different tabs so that when your clients even want to review your work, your clients can review it in one place. Like, okay, this is for Ghana, this is for Nigeria, so that it is easy instead of your clients going here and there, clicking this link here and there. So that one is it. Another thing that I do is that I'll just come to this checklist, I'll click on it, and I might just had some tasks for myself that I can go back to. Let's say manage the calendar. I'm just using it as an example. Follow up with Tessie, whatever. Then I can just come here and just check it off once I'm done. Just play around this. That is the most important thing. Now, what else do I want to teach you is if you want to share this thing, it is very, very important. Gone are the days whereby when you're working with your client and you need to like carry your laptop to that person, like, okay, can you review this? Can you review that? Here, we don't do that. There is nobody that you go and meet, like, okay, come and review this thing for me, and you carry your laptop. You work remotely. So what you have to do is just to come here and click on the share button. Once you click on the share button, you can now give the person access. You can share this by adding the person's email address here, and the person will receive notification like someone share a document with them and they can come here and view it. So once you give the person access, it will ask you like what kind of access do you want to give the person. So for the sake of this class, let's say I want to have let me use Umitox Creative. Then it's going to ask, do you want to give the person editor access or viewer access? If you give the person editor access, it means that the person can edit, make changes, anything. Commenter, the person can also edit, but there are some things that they can't really do like that. But if you give someone viewer access, it means that they can view it but they cannot edit it. But if you give someone editor access, it means that they can edit, they can do and undo. So the editor is the highest rank. Am I communicating? So once you share it, the person will receive notification and they can view it. Or you can come here and click on copy link and you can share the link with the person as well and they can have access to it. So basically that is how you share access on Google Docs. So now let's move forward to Google Spreadsheet. So I want you to pay attention to this Google Spreadsheet. I don't know if it will get technical, but I'll try as much as possible to explain, in a simple English so that people can understand me. So you come to this Google Apps again and you click on Sheets. It's still the same thing as Google Excel, but this one is an upgraded version of Excel that we all know. We call it Google Spreadsheet. And we have several templates that you can also use. If you click on the templates gallery, you'll see the budget, to-do list, schedule, wedding planner. You can explore them, but this is not why we are here. I've never even used any templates here before. So now I'll click on blank spreadsheet. Now you can use this for several things, especially if you watch my data entry video. You should be familiar with some things that I taught you, but this one is going to be a little bit technical. So if you missed the data entry video, you want to go back and watch the data entry video. But this is also going to be as detailed as possible. So let's allow this to load. So remember, we need to name this. That's the first thing. Always name your document. So we are going to name it YouTube class. Yes, because this is class. So that's what we are going to name it. So now let's use a practical example. Let me use what happened to me last week as an example. When I got a client and the client was giving me like some random task. So basically what I did was I used Google Spreadsheet to even track my task. That's what I use. But whenever you want to use Excel or Google Spreadsheet, I always use it when I need to track something or create like or provide options. Let's assume your clients give you a task now, like search for the top 10 logistics company in US. You want to use Google Spreadsheet, or your client is asking you to take details of all the staffs. You want to use Google Spreadsheet, or your client is saying, okay, I want you to work on this task, on this one. You can use project management tools, of course, but at times you might also use this. So, just for the sake of this class, let's just use the task of a thing the way I used it last week. So, what I did was I come here, the this is the first one, so I'm going to put it as tasks. I'm going to put this task, status, notes, or can I say results? Yes, let me say results. And I'm going to put notes. So now let's give ourselves some task. Let's say call the chef. The second task has to do with clean up inbox. The third one, let's say plan trip to Maldives. The fourth one, just for the sake of this class, um, get the client details. Yeah. So now, can you see that this get the client details and plan trips to Maldives is moving to B? If you want to make it to be inside the box, you can do it in two ways. Is either you click on it and you come to this test wrapping. Look at my mouse, test wrapping. You click on it, then you click on the middle wrap. It will automatically put it together. Or you just come to this line between A and B, this line between A and B, and just drag and just drag. Can you see how I did it? Very, very easy. If it is the name of your staff, let's say you want to get details of your staff, you just put their name, their date of birth, whatever results you want to get, you put it as the heading. And also, if it is a research, let's say logistic company, you put the company's name, their address, email, whatever information, you put it as heading and you input it here. Now, status. Now, I want to have this status like, okay, in progress, pending, completed, things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this first one under this status. Then I'm going to click on inserts. Inserts. I'm going to come here and click on inserts and I'm going to choose drop down. The moment I click on drop down, this will pop up. Follow my mouse. Can you see? This will pop up. Option 1. I can have the task as pending. And for my own pending, I love to use yellow. In progress. Oh, sorry, let's use red as pending. Let's put yellow as in progress. Completed. We can have it as green. Let's use green. Then we'll click on done. The moment you click on done, this must have been updated. Can you see pending, in progress, completed? So I'm going to click on this and can you see this dots? This dot. The moment I put my mouse on it, it's turned to plus. So I'm going to drag it down so that the filter can come to the rest. I can filter it to the rest. So now, let's assume I'm done calling the chef or I've not done it yet. I can put it in pending. I have this one to as pending, I have this one as pending. Let's assume I've gotten the client details. I can mark it as completed. This one, I can mark it as in progress. You get? So I'm going to do something. I just want to like copy it down so I can have several ones just for the sake of this class. I can mark this one as completed. Let me mark this one as completed too. Let me have this as in progress. You get? So let's just put it that way. I can also drag small so that you can see it very well. This completed, just drag it, or you come to this text wrap and just wrap it. Now the results, call the chef. You can say, yeah, Chef Nick. You know, the results, like you can put like, I don't know how best to like explain this thing, like the results. Look, because when the clients gave me the task, I was like putting some result there, like call the chef. I said, okay, confirmed, yes, confirm Chef Nick, yes. I just put some notes for myself here, so I can like drag it. If there's any extra note that I need to, basically, I use this note if I want to like take some instructions or I want to remember some things. I put it here as well. So you can use this for anything. I'm just, just using this as an example. Clean up inbox. I can say, yeah, done. This doesn't really matter. So let's just forget about this one. So now we've done all these things. Like we've completed it, we've put all the results there. Plan trips to Maldives. I can put 7 days trip, done. Or I can say awaiting vendors, whatever. I don't want to waste time here, but you guys get the gist, right? I trust you guys get the gist. So now this is where it gets tricky. I want you to look at this thing. You might say you are done with this result. I know you are done, but there's a way I want us to format this thing, and it might be a little bit tricky, but we can do this. So the very first thing I want to do is to bold these headings. I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to click on bold. Then I'm going to come here and highlight this one, highlight this section, and I'm going to come to format, alternating colors, and I'm going to choose any color that works for me here, and I'm going to click on done. I'm going to do that again. Let me Control Z so that people can get what I did there. I'll just highlight here. You see, highlight, come to format, alternating colors, then you choose the color, then you click on done. Then after that, remember that all this line that you are seeing, all this table, they are not real. They are just there to guide us. Now I want to put another table. I want to put the border. I want it to be very thick. I'll highlight this. Then I'll come to these borders. See, borders. Then I'll click on all borders. Can you see like everything is now very, very thick now and it's very, very beautiful? Now, another thing I want to teach you people, I want you guys to calm down because I really, really want to teach you this thing is that you know that we are scrolling up now. The moment I scroll up, all the headings they disappear. But in the situation whereby I want to be seeing the headings and I want to be scrolling, there is a way you can do that. So what you are going to do is you are going to click on this three. You see this number three. You are going to highlight it. Or let's come to number two because I only want to freeze this top so that when I'm scrolling, it doesn't remove the headings are still there. I'm only scrolling from 2 to 14. But by the time I do it, you guys will understand. But first, see this one. You see that I'm scrolling, everything is up. I can't see anything again. Then I'll come to this two. Number two, I'll highlight everything. And then I'll come to view and I'll click on freeze. Freeze. Then I'm going to come here, freeze one row. The moment I click on freeze one row, can you see? I'm scrolling up, but the headings are still there. So in a situation where I'm working on something and I'm scrolling, this will also serve as a guide for me. And I can scroll up and I can see it. Now let me teach you what I did again. So come to this number two, highlight it, come to view, freeze, freeze one row. So this is me saying that freeze one row before these two. If you want to freeze two rows, you come to three and you come click on view, click on freeze, click on like the two rows. Then can you see? We can see the first and second row. So that is how you can do this. But for the sake of this class, I only want to freeze the first row with this one, the heading. So I'm going to click on view, freeze, and one row, and we have this. Can you see how beautiful it is? Now, another thing that I want to teach you is what we know as filter. Yes, this one is very, very important. In fact, there was a time one of my clients was using it, and I was like, Is this person doing magic? Is this person doing this? Basically, what I want to do now is that, let's assume I want to have like an overview of which tasks are even pending and which one are in progress. Let's assume I have multiple lines here that I can't really like keep up with everything. So what I need to do is just to highlight this table again. I'm going to highlight it. Then I'm going to click on, I think, sorry, I'm going to come to data. Yes, data. I'll click on data. Then I'll click on create a filter. The moment I click on create a filter, can you see these filter things here? Can you see? Well, let's go back and try it again. I'm going to highlight this and I'm going to click on data, then create filter. Now, what do I want to achieve with this? Now, the status now, I want to see only completed task. Then I'll come to this status. Can you see it has checked completed, in progress, pending? Now I'm going to click on clear. You see all this thing I've unchecked. It was checked before, it was like this before. Then I click on clear. I only want to see completed task. Then I'll click on OK. Can you see? It only showed me completed task. If I want to see just in progress task, let's assume I don't want to see the completed task, like I'm done with it. It might even be you want to see some genders, you want to filter by genders, whatever. Then you come to this status, you click on it, you clear. I can say I just want to see the pending and in progress. I'll click on OK. And it will only show me the pending and in progress. And if I want to bring everything back, I need to click on this filter again, select all, then I'll click on OK. Can you see how easy this thing is? Like easy peasy, like no stress. So that is basically one of the things I think I need you to know when it comes to using Google Spreadsheet. And you know that Google Spreadsheet, you can come here, this is sheet one, you can name it, you can create another sheet, just the same way we created for Google Docs, where you can have like multiple pages inside one document. So you can do this, and you can also rename the sheet as well. Just right click and let me move this. Right click and you can rename the spreadsheet. You can do that. So if you want to share, just the same way I shared when I was using the Google Docs. Let me come back to sheet one. Then I'll come to this share. When you share, you put the person's email and you give the person edit or commenter or viewer access, or you copy the link here and share it with the person. So basically, that is how you can use Google Docs and Google Spreadsheet. Trust me, if you know this, then you're good to go. You will learn the rest of the job.
So besties, that's how you use Google Docs and Google Sheets as a virtual assistant. Like I said earlier, these tools are not just nice to know. They are tools you will use every single day in your career. And when you know how to use them the right way, client trusts you more because it shows you are organized, professional, and can undo their work with ease. And if you find this helpful, don't forget to do what again? To like, to comment, and share so other virtual assistants can learn from this. And let me know in the comment section if you have any question and if there's any tools you want me to cover in my next video. And till then, bye bye and thank you for watching. I love you.